Hello and welcome everybody to the MSI Beat It GosuCup Asia, the June edition. We are of course Hefla TV and we are proud to present to you Arrow Gaming versus Goubin plus 4. We were actually supposed to cast Mineski versus Curiosity, but Mineski for some weird reason probably isn't even gonna partake in this cup, so we just took the next best game I think. And well, my name is Couch and joining me today is Benchy.
Hey, so we are here with very early for me in this morning, 8 o'clock here in the UK, which it shouldn't even exist this early for stuff happening. But either way, we are going to hopefully be having a good game with Arrow Gaming, most well known for their very, very good run all the way through that international qualifier. While on the opposite side, we have Goubin plus 4, a team that did make it through the open bracket. They weren't obviously invited like Arrow Gaming were, but at the same time, they are going to have a very hard time here. And hopefully they can show something awesome.
They most certainly are, well, but then again, it is a best of one, so maybe they have like a pocket strategy in mind or something. Just usually, actually, the so-called weaker teams try to just go for maybe like an all-out push strat, because it is kind of hard to counter that, unless you're Arrow Gaming and you get your Tinker on DDC, but usually it is banned out just as a respect ban of sorts anyway. And at the moment though, the Lycan was banned out by themselves, so going for some push might be a little bit harder. But Nature's Prophet is in the pool, but as far as the first pick is concerned, there's just so many options to go for, like Mirana, Tree and Protector, just whatever tickles their fancy.
Yeah, because obviously right now, as in the Dirt 2 scene, there's a lot of different heroes you can pick up. That Brewmaster has really taken the scene right now. It's currently banned out, though.
Yeah, that hero is just ridiculously strong in the mid game. And well, I actually haven't seen too much of the summit myself because I've had other obligations, but I know that DK, they just use Brewmaster so damn efficiently. And well, it's almost impossible to actually fight into the primal split, into the early to mid game stages.
Yeah, as in basically one of the reasons why Brewmaster is just so powerful is because not only does his ultimate basically read win team fight here, but also his update to his mischance effectively means that he wins most mid matchups. But either way, we are going to be seeing a Rubik first pick now. That's interesting.
I don't even know how to react to that. I mean, sure, I love the hero. I think it's extremely strong, but it's a whole different matter if you just pick it as the first one. Although I think Rubik will be good in more or less any matchup, but I'm not just too sure if it was the best first pick option for them, especially as Arrow Gaming, they got their hands on the Shadow Demon Mirana combination now.
Yes, and that's one of the issues you have when you use your first pick, something like a Rubik. That a Rubik generally isn't going to be banned out or third or fourth picked unless you're going for a certain strategy, meaning that using that first pick and your first bans also, they're very, very important in terms of the power of those picks and bans. We are going to be seeing a Tree and Protector, a slightly more conventional second pick coming out from Goubin.
Do you think that they had the Tree and Protector in mind maybe all along, but didn't want to pick it as the first one because Arrow Gaming maybe could have reacted with something like even like an Ember Spirit or Darkshare to counter the Living Armor, or do you think I'm just overthinking it at the moment?
Yeah, you do have that issue when you're a weaker team going up against a name that you've heard of before. You've seen them on stream. You've watched them. You've seen them do amazing things, and now you're here playing against them. You do have that issue where you kind of get inside your own head and try to do weird things and try to overthink issues. As we do see that, personally, this first pick in the Tree and Protector and probably saving the Rubik for a third and fourth pick would have been what I'd prefer to have done.
Well, I guess we will see how they want to finish up their draft, because at the moment, actually neither team is giving away too much about their overall lineup. Because I mean, Shadow Demon Mirana, just such a standard combination, can use the Mirana even as a support if necessary. And Goubin, of course, they just have two supports outright. So both teams just banning out them carries as Temper Assassin and actually Naga Siren as well, taken out by Goubin, so targeting more of the mid laners. Whereas Arrow Gaming, first was the Luna ban, and secondary is the Morphling, so just hardcore core heroes taken out.
Yeah, as I said, the Morph thing's a little bit interesting as he's not picked up that often. As we are going to be seeing probably a carry Marauder at this point. As we do see the Visage getting picked up. Visage, a very strong hero, did get nerfed a few patches back and has kind of like skirted on the edge of not being picked up that often. But obviously he's very good at being aggressive and also very good at, just locking down teams if you can get those stuns off on familiars.
I actually have been starting to see Visage a little bit more often lately as well. Maybe just me casting Southeast Asian or I don't know, but I mean at the moment the combination of the Soul Assumption into the Soul Catcher, it just does so much damage, and later on when he gets the familiars, once he hits level 6, it will be pretty useful against living armor as well if you're just trying to go for the pickoffs or the kills. But Goubin, they get their hands on a Darkseer now, and well, that hero is just so annoying to actually bring down. Especially since Shadow Demon and Visage, they actually don't have stuns themselves normally, so they have to rely on actually landing the arrow perfectly into the disruption.
Yes, and obviously that combo, most teams can hit it rather easily. It's not the hardest of combos to hit, which is why, in fact, it's so strong at the moment, because it's very, very difficult to counter. Your team really needs to be on the ball to stop it from happening. But either way, we are going to be seeing the Darkseer, and the Darkseer is a rather nice pickup, I do feel. It gives them a lot of teamfight potential. It gives them the possibility to possibly pick up one more wombo combo hero to round out their team fight, maybe even something like a Conquer.
Well, it's definitely a possibility, and I would love to see something that actually follows up with the damage into the vacuum as well. At the moment they do have the vacuum into overgrowth, or overgrowth into vacuum, however they want to use it. Maybe we can even see something like a Faceless Void, just safe lane farm. But I actually wouldn't mind a Skywrath Mage mid all that much. Just as a pocket strategy of sorts and go for the early mid game. But Arrow, they pick up their Doombringer, and that's definitely one hero that the Southeast Asians like a little bit more than others, or at least I see it picked up just so damn often. At least in the tier 1 teams for Southeast Asia, like Arrow Gaming as well as Titan, they just pick that hero up whenever they can. And against the Darkseer, it's pretty damn good as well.
Yes, and obviously Doom, as many people say, is one of those heroes that counters every other hero, so to say. It does remove a few of the possibilities from a Goubin side, and you can't really go for that Storm Spirit anymore, for those, mobility, requiring the use of a lot of spell heroes like the Puck, as Doom just basically uses Ultimate, and that hero is countered more heavily than a lot of other heroes that are going to be picked up at the moment. But either way, we are going to be waiting for the last two carries on a Goubin +4 side. We've got to need their mid and their carry hero. And so, now, interestingly enough, since they've picked up the Doom, I am going to have to wonder, are they going to be going for an aggressive tri-lane right here on Arrow Gaming side? As the Marauder, Shadow Demon, Visage is a very strong tri-lane coming out. And the Doom can go 1 versus 1 against the Darkseer and use that Devour to basically mean he'll win the 1 versus 1.
Well, yeah. Darkseer can still harass the Doom earlier on when the Devour is still on a longer cooldown. But Doom should be rather fine. He can just pop his core surf and run away from the Darkseer even with the Surge chasing him. But Goubin, they go for a Slardar now, and I guess there's some synergy for sure between the vacuum into the Slithering Crash here.
Yeah, very, very interesting pickup right there. Slardar, he's one of those carries that requires a lot of fun to get into that carry position. And also has a habit of, being not quite fitting, not quite being like a master of all trades and a jack of... I'll try and get that one correct next time. A jack of all trades and a master of none, so to say. Where there's so many different things that he does, but they're done all better by other carries. But either way, Slardar is going to get picked up, and we get to see this unupdated model, which I think everyone's trying to get the vote for the new updaters. We do see a Meepo getting picked up on Arrow Gaming.
Wow, I did not see that one coming at all, but it's pretty decent, has high magic resistance, a rather tanky hero, and the scariest thing against Meepos usually is just single target burst, because you kill one Meepo, you kill them all. But at the moment, Goubin, they're just all about AoE more or less. I mean, yeah, amplify damage can help up against one Meepo, but the other Meepos can help defend that one who gets amplified. Or does amplify go actually on all the Meepos if you target one?
In the meantime, on the opposite side, we do have the Shadow Fiend getting picked up by that Goubin, by the team's namesake. And this is going to be a little bit interesting right there. It is very gankable. There's a lot of gank ability on the Arrow Gaming side, meaning the Goubin are going to have to make the effort to try and keep that Shadow Fiend alive. Obviously, the Shadow Fiend, it does, not only does it give him a lot of right-click damage, going up against that Doom with his minus armor in the middle game, and the other very squishy heroes on the Arrow Gaming side, but also it does give them the team fight one mode combo, another piece for it, with that Dark Seer Vacuum, the True Protector Overgrowth, and then the Requiem of Souls coming out in the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, it's definitely scary going up against that, but then again, they do need to land it not perfectly, but decently as well. And to be honest, I think the Shadow Fiend is pretty nice against the Meepo, because like I said, Meepo is usually pretty tanky, but the Shadow Rays, they just do so much damage if you hit all of them. And well, I guess we will find out how well they can coordinate it. But to introduce the lineup, starting with Goubin +4 on the Radiant side, Goubin himself will be playing the Shadow Fiend in the mid lane, leaving Wei Chao, Ugly Goblin, Goubin playing on the Treant Protector. Oh my god, those names. Column Von Moger on the Darkseer, Daemon playing the Rubik, and the last one for them will be Gerald playing on the Slardar. Oh, we might be in trouble. The disruption actually goes out. Johnny is there as well. The arrow to follow. It will be spot on. 5 seconds down. And this is most likely going to be first blood. Johnny, Soul Assumption is actually not getting up the stacks quite yet, but it will be the first blood for him in the end.
And that's just getting caught out right there. The Slardar kind of being all on his own. It looks like they were in fact going for a 1 versus, a safe lane Slardar and going for an aggressive tri-lane. Or at least trying to go for that initial kill, but it hasn't really worked out for them right now, as sadly that is going to be the first blood coming out for Arrow Gaming, or not sadly for an Arrow Gaming fan, as we do have an Arrow Gaming side. We have Johnny being played in the Visage, Lance on the Marana, Zhang Zhe on the Doom, probably said that wrong, Mozen on the Shan Demon, and DDZ on the Meepo.
Yeah, I kind of like what they did with their lanes. I mean, Doombringer, he's gonna come back to the mid lane. He just wants to eat the creep first, and in the meantime, Johnny will be just eating up the jungle. Or not the jungle, the mid lane. But the top lane, they actually wanted to go on DDC, but a nice Earthbind coming out on 2 heroes. And, well, I mean, at the moment, Goubin +4. It feels like they banked all on getting the first blood themselves, with Rubik and the Treant just hiding themselves at the side shop. But since that completely backfired, Slardar actually ended up feeding the first blood away instead.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a shame there that...
Oh, there's going to be another disruption. Will the arrow land this time as well? The arrow is flying. It will be on target. It's not in 5 seconds now, but it should be enough. The Soul Catcher is there. Johnny coming in the Soul Assumption. It's going to be enough probably, and indeed it is, as Mozen actually finishes up with a right click.
And right now in this bottom lane, we just can't see this lane continue, as Slardar, he is not a 1 versus 3 offlaner. Not against his disruption, not against that arrow combo. It's hard enough with most offlaners, let alone one that doesn't really have that much of an escape. Yes, he's got his sprint, but at the same time, the sprint isn't that good in terms of what he needs to do. In fact, if anything, it's a double-edged sword. It does also increase the damage he's taking by 15%.
Yeah, it's definitely not good as like a defensive escape method. Especially if you have a Soul Catcher on you as well at the same time. You're just asking for death. I mean, the worst he could do now is just get a Mask of Madness on top of that already. But at the moment, I mean, Arrow Gaming, I guess they're doing exactly what is expected of a team of such caliber.
Yeah, as in right now, as in Goubin, making a few interesting ideas in terms of their laning. Not quite working out for them at the moment, and they are going to be going back to that original tri-lane, but at the same time, they have already fed 2 kills down to this, bottom tri-lane.
Yeah, it's definitely not going too well, but now that it's actually a tri-lane versus tri-lane, sure, Arrow already have the small level advantage. They go again, the Arrow actually runs on the Treant Protector, Telekinesis comes out, but I mean, Gerald, he doesn't even have Slithering Crash because he skilled up the sprint as the first one. So even if they like try to go with a Telekinesis, they just could not do it. And well, actually, if they get level 2, they could blow up a support like a Shadow Demon, I guess.
Yeah, if we have a quick look at the levels in this tri-lane right now, everyone in this tri-lane is still level 1. Or just as I said that, Slardar finally hits level 2, while we have a level 3 Marana, a level 2 Visage, a level 3 Shadow Demon. this tri-lane is just going to be so difficult for them to bring us back, and I'm not quite sure how they can.
I mean, in a tri-lane, experience matters just so damn much. Especially between the level 1 and level 2, because you get that one extra spell, maybe one extra nuke. However the hero is designed. But for Shadow Demon, well, he has another point in Soul Catcher actually now. So it looks like he's maxing that out just to get the maximum amount of burst damage and maybe bring heroes down before they actually... Oh, there's another disruption. Will somebody block the arrow? Slaughter wants to come in. He blocks the arrow as well, but it might have been a bad choice. The living armor is there to keep him alive, but Soul Assumption just way too strong. It's level 2. They slow down Wei Chao and all. Make it 2 fast kills for Arrow again.
At this point, I'm not quite sure what they can do, as things are just not going very well for this bottom tri-lane. They just can't do anything against that arrow combo. As soon as Disruption comes down, it's basically a dead hero, especially with them all being so under-leveled compared to their opponents. Now, with all the action I've gone on that tri-lane, it is worth noting right now that the other 2 lanes are actually going pretty well for Goubin. We've got the Xenophiend right now, who's 23-12 against a 12-1 Doom. We've got the Darkseer is having a pretty good matchup himself. He's 22-2 against a 16-2 Meepo. But it's really this bottom tri-lane that's starting to spiral out of control, and we're going to have to see at some point these 2 lanes on the top of the middle use their success to try and just bring things back.
So they're going to have to do so much, because Slaughter is a really heavy snowball type of hero. I mean, it doesn't get the early start, it doesn't get anything, but oh, we might see another disruption. Rubik gets caught this time around. The arrow will be on target. Actually, it hits Treant Protector, so a little bit too soon even. And Moson might be in trouble in return. He's already down to half HP, no mana. Daemon will fall down to the last right click of Lance. And Moson still alive. Grave Shield on to Gerald as well. Can they really get another kill? Oh my god. The sprint is activated, so he will be maybe able to just get himself out at the moment. But and 5-4-0, 5 minutes in for Arrow. And like you said, at least the other lanes are doing reasonably well. But top lane Meepo, he's already level 6. Of course has another Meepo for himself now as well, so can spread it out, maybe even go for ganks on the Shadow Fiend. Especially if Doom hits level 6 himself. So once that happens, I mean, I guess Meepo... Oh, he's gonna get the kill on the Darkseer, the Earth Points come out, the Living Armor, will it be enough? No, it will not. The TDC gets the kill there.
Oh,
that's something that should not happen.
Yeah, that's a huge shame right there. A little bit of a misplay coming out from the Darkseer, as Meepo is going to get that level 8 so very quickly. You don't want to let Meepo get an early starters. I'm sure everyone has been that pub where there's that one guy who can actually play the hero and will actually do amazing things if he can get that early starters. Meepo is one of those... He is a carry, but he's also a snowball carry in the same sense.
He just needs the Blink Dagger to really get things rolling, then just start jumping and poofing around, killing people, then maybe get a Aghanim Scepter as well. Because the Geo Strike already itself, when it's on higher levels, it just does so much when 4 Meepos are railing at you.
Yeah, Bazin, I'm sure everyone has been at some point surprised with just how good Meepo actually is when there's someone who can, you know, do the small amount of micro that's needed. So we are going to be seeing a smoke up coming out.
They're going mid lane, the Doom comes out on the Shadow Fiend, so he can't actually disrupt him at the moment. They're trying to do as much damage as possible, and Goubin, he's just running around and he's probably going to be able to survive. Treant comes in with the Living Armor, although Xiangsa, yeah, even had the Haste Rune. Just, maybe they need to start with the disruption or have Johnny to follow up, but now Daemon is coming in as well. They want to kill off Goubin, they get the Grave Shield. He's going to go down a few Shadow Rays before though. Telekinesis comes out as well, Treant Protector. Well, it doesn't do that much. Another Soul Assumption, the right click, Treant Protector. No point in Nature's Sky's healing cell. We'll keep him up for the timing, but he will fall in the end. Xiangsa gets the double kill for himself, and I think Daemon might be in trouble now as well.
Yeah, that's just... They kind of tried to help their mid lane, but there's just so many levels in these supports that they're just getting nuked down one by one.
Well, make it 9-0 as a few more right clicks. That's all they need to bring down the Rubik or Soul Assumption. Johnny 2-0 and 5. Actually, before the Soul Assumption, he hasn't been getting that many kills. Usually Visages, they just get every last hit because of his spell, but actually I think it's nice for a support not to have a huge killing spree, because supports are more prone to die and give the streaks away. So he's been doing a nice job, but he's still getting a lot of gold for a support.
Yeah, as in right now, this Visage is doing work, so to say. Got 1.5k golden bank. Fast Midas.
Well, I guess he might go for Lance. Sure, certainly did on the Mirana.
I know, he went off and brought actual boots and stuff. He's playing a slightly not as crazy. I suppose at this point in the tournament, if you're a team like Arrow Gaming, you're simply just trying to go back to basics and play, a standard game, so to say, in terms of item pickups and just general ganking.
Yeah, it's, I think, the safest play to go for as well. In a best of one, otherwise anything could happen. And, well, at the moment, Goubin, they've been shut down pretty efficiently. Before, the Shadow Fiend as well as the Darkseer, they had some pretty nice farm, but TDC, he's catching up now. He's just rotating his meepos around. One is regening in the base, then sending another to regen. And he's actually only 600 gold away from a Blink Dagger. If he wants to go for... Oh, bottom lane Slaughter gets disrupted. Yarrow will follow and will connect as well. No sprint activated, but Soul Catcher should be enough. A few more right clicks will do the job. Telekinesis a little bit too late by Damon now. He might be in trouble in return. The familiars come in. The Starstorm is there. And, well, once again, 2 kills going the way of Arrow. 11-0, 9 minutes into the game.
Yeah, as in just sadly, the real issue this game's having right now is that this tri-lane did not work. They kind of tried to go for a gank up top, but Slaughter got picked off, and their tri-lane just had no way to deal with the Arrow Disruption combo. Just none of tankability on the Rubik and even Slaughter. As in he gets tankable later on when he picks up items, but in the meantime, he's actually pretty squishy at the moment. So we're going to be seeing another initiation coming out.
Well, looks like they will just back off. Looked like Shanksai wanted to go in, but him solo can't do much. Oh, there's the Slithering Crash onto Johnny. The Shadow Race to follow, but nice familiar drops. Both on point, and Johnny trying to run away. Maybe shoot Grave Shield, does that, and you're waiting for the sprint actually to get extra movement speed. And with the disruption, he should be able to make his way out. But do they want to turn it around? Slaughter, another Slithering Crash, this time onto Moson, but the Doom comes out of well, Slaughter. He's gonna go down for sure. It's just a matter of time. Or is it Damon comes in, Telekinesis is there, but he gets too much damage, and Soul Assumption will finish him up. And now Damon, once again, he tried to help, although the Surge, oh god. First time Darkseer makes his rotations. He has a mech ready as well, so they can actually fight maybe. But there's the Grave Shield. They want to go for the kill of the Darkseer. Soul Assumption comes out. The mech is there as well, but he just gets stunned by the familiar. Starstorm to follow and make it yet another kill as Johnny gets himself a double. Now Arrow into Goubin. He can't do much of anything as Wei Chao came in on the Treant Protector, but... Oh, they get the stun on Lance. Will it finally be enough? Can they get themselves on the scoreboard? Moson Disruption. It is there, but the kill happened just a little bit before, and now Moson is gonna go down as well. That's what Goubin have been looking for, although they gave away a lot in return as well.
Yeah, but they did pick up those 2 kills, finally getting themselves on the board against Arrow Gaming, and it was a little bit of a messy team fight. Arrow Gaming pushed down a little bit too far and overstayed their welcome. But either way, well, Goubin Gaming, it will be a 2-for-2 trade in that entire team fight, as we are going to be seeing on Midas getting picked up on that Shadow Fiend, going for that farm.
Well, I think he more or less needs to do it all. It's hard to say because Slaughter, he's just still pretty far behind. He's not even level 6 yet, 11 minutes in. Nowhere near a Blink Dagger getting finished. And I mean, the Midas definitely helps the Shadow Fiend farm up. But I'm not just too sure if he will be ready for the fights once the Blink comes on DDC. Or actually, he's not even going for a Blink. He's just straight up Aghanim Scepter on Meepo.
Yeah, as an Aghanim Scepter, a very good hero item on that hero. It does mean that the stats from your items get shared to all of your little, United We Stand illusions. Makes him so much more tankable, so much more stronger and less able to get picked off. As you see this Visage himself, he's,
Oh, speaking of pickoffs, we might see one on the Darkseer. He's trying to go for the TP out, Earthbind to cancel it, and well, this should be a dead Darkseer for sure. Maybe use a wall or something. Nope, just gets Arrow before the wall even comes out.
Yeah, then that's going to be another kill coming out from Arrow Gaming as, well, Goubin +4 is... I think they're pretty far behind right now. We do see that 7.5k gold, only 12 minutes into the game.
And Johnny wanted to go for the solo kill, but gets Slithering Crash. There's the Shadow Races to follow from Goubin himself, and well, I mean, the Visage went way too deep. He had the Medallion of Courage, so almost brought down Damon on the Rubik. But man, you can't really dive to tier 2 towers as a support like that. That's actually 513 gold for the Shadow Fiend as well.
Now, it is worth noting right now that, surprisingly enough, we do have the Shadow Fiend, and to some extent the Darkseer. They are keeping up in terms of net worth of the Arrow. It's going to come out, it is going to miss. Goubin getting out of there, and we'll have to just keep farming up and keep trying to claw his team's way back into this game.
Yeah, but bottom lane, Xiangsai just doomed up the Slaughter, chasing him down. The Doom will not end in time. The Shockwave, oh, but the Living Armor might be enough now. There's the mech coming out as well. Oh, Darkseer to the rescue and sprint away by Slaughter and Xiangsai. Oh, I thought he might get punished for his insolence, but actually still Goubin coming in as well. Can he do enough damage? A few Shadow Races. Doom is actually pretty damn low on armor already. And oh, one last Shadow Race does get the kill. Although, oh, there's the disruption arrow to follow by Lance as well. It will be on target, and well, even though they fed away the Doombringer, at least they get something in return.
Yes, Reducer, that is going to be another 1-for-1 trade, and but that Doom going down is pretty nice. Reducer the Meepo coming in. Just
Wow. Meepo just crushes the 4 Meepos already. And now the Earthbite does catch Slaughter as well. He gets a nice crush onto the wall, the 4 Meepos. Tries to sprint away and might be successful. Familiar drops another Earthbite. And well, this time he's probably gonna fall. The slows, the poofs. Just too much for them to handle.
Just too many Meepos and not enough health to tank it all in the faces. We are going to be seeing this bottom tower is going to get harassed a little bit right now, as we have to remember that all the tier 1 towers, all but one, this middle lane has been healed by the Street Protector a little bit. All these towers are mostly down, and if you're doing that against a Treant Protector, you know things are just, just sad bears panda.
Yeah, they are indeed. And all, they're trying to do something, but the wall is already in cooldown from the dark side. Xiangsai just makes his way out, and actually his Doom is cooling off in 1 second. I think this might be the word go for them. The arrow will fly, it will connect on the dark side. Oh my god. Will it be another kill though? They will Doom him up as well, just in case. The Living Armor not gonna do much of anything. The right clicks from Lance, already a Maelstrom finish. Demonic Purge onto the Treant Protector. And Slaughter gets a nice Freeman crush, but they need to follow up. The Shadow Races will finally fly, but they just can't get into position as the Soul Assumption will pick off Slaughter. Or well, Lance was the one to actually get the kill, but does it really matter at this point?
As we are going to be seeing another 4-man going out, and SF just have to go back and, help between his legs and just try and get some farming into the lane. And while this middle tower is going to go down, and probably a tier 2 as well. Only the Treant Protector coming back up. It is worth noting that because of Goubin +4 are so low level at the moment, they are coming back pretty fast in terms of respawn time, as it is 4 to 21 right now.
Well, I guess you have to find positives and everything. Well, that is definitely one good thing, because they actually can defend their next towers. But it's just such a small consolation to them, if any at all. And I mean, even Mosun on the Shadow Demon now has a Blink Dagger to himself, and Shadowfiend might be in some trouble, although I don't think Xiangsai spotted him out. But EDC also picks up a Blink Dagger. 15 minutes in, Blink, Aghanims, Power Threads, Meepo. That is just a scary thing. And oh, Slaughter eats another arrow. Lance will come in with Johnny, helping out as well with the Medallion of Courage. The Starstorm will get the kill, but the wall vacuum is pretty damn good. They need to follow up. No Overgrowth to come with a nice disruption by Mosun. He has the Demonic Purge as well. Soul Assumption. There's the Overgrowth. A little bit too late. Maybe Johnny, he might go down to the Ion Shell, and will indeed. Darkseid gets that 1 kill, but Treant Protector will fall down to the Demonic Purge damage. And now Mosun might lose his life in return. The Moonlight Shadows, they have the sentries. They need to run away, and Mosun, oh, those familiar stops. Stopping Darkseid for just a split second, and it will be enough. Lance, he's going for the counter kill. He doesn't want to dive too deep. He's pretty low on mana. Leap comes off cooldown and just makes his way out of there. But at least they lose a few heroes in return. As Xiangsai even solo killed the Shadow Fiend top lane.
Yep, using that Doom to take him out, and the Shadow Fiend has really been the only hero in Goubin +4 to have a good game so far. So every kill onto him, every time you're slowing down his BKB is just a little bit more pain coming out.
It's so hard to watch, especially, God, I don't know what the name is. Column 1 Mogger on the Darkseer. He actually had his mech like 8 or 9 minutes into the game, which was pretty fast, especially with the Soul Ring and boost speed on top of that. But after that, he started joining fights, and every time he's been in a fight, or you can't even call most of them just fights, just pickoffs. But he has 5 deaths. And he just hasn't gotten any items. Now, oh my god, they're going on Slaughter. A nice crash comes out just as the poof was there. So actually might save himself, but nope, the Earth Points come out. 4 Meepos are just a little bit too much. The Geo Strike to slow down even the sprinted Slaughter, and he's gonna fall eventually. Or is it 12 HP? Oh nope. Mosun comes in from the side, and they're going for the Daemon now. TPs are coming in. The Treant Protector, will he arrive in time? He has the Overgrowth to just maybe try to buy some time. Nope. He cancels his TP as they're going for Daemon and gonna get the kill in the end.
And this is probably going to be another tier 2 tower going down. Or in fact, surprisingly, the first tier 2 tower going down. But there's no way that Goubin +4 can defend this. And Arrow Gaming looking to continue their pretty huge domination right now.
I guarantee that you don't even want to take a look at the graphs. They're just... It's a sad story.
Those graphs gives me vertigo.
Yeah. It's... I just don't even know what to say. Goubin is just Haven't been able to find anything, although Shadowfiend makes it out alive at the moment, although the Doom just tried to go on him, who has another Blink Dagger as well, so make it 3 Blink Daggers now on the side of Arrow, and DDC is going aggressive, might fall down, one Meepo's dropping super low, but he had the Aegis, so he doesn't care all that much, I guess. But the Requiem Souls being channeled will be spot on. Or rather, did it get cancelled? The Earth Point's cancelling it all the time. Soulless option to fly, he does go down, the wall is there with the vacuum. But Darkseer, it's just not enough, it's only level 1 vacuum, and Daemon gonna lose his life as well, and it's a full-on team wipe. They were so close to blowing up the Meepo the second time around, but just a Requiem of Souls, a split second too late on the channeling, and the Earth Bind started coming out.
Did you see that Meepo is going to be able to get away nice and simply, and they're going to be trying to harass down the tier 3 tower. The buybacks, well, Inferno's the Visage buying back into the game right now. A little bit of a, not quite a rage buyback, but just simply a buying back to make sure you can actually play the rest of this game.
Yes, Slaughter wants to go in, amplifies up Mosun. Well, Mosun has a Blink Dagger, and yeah, he gets away before Slaughter gets the crash. He does crash anyway on Jiangxai. But Mirana just split pushes, takes care of the tier 3 on the top lane. Bottom lane gonna fall as well soon with the Aghanim Scepter on Johnny, and they do kill off Gerald in the end. They just can't do anything, man. With a 25,000 plus gold lead and XP as well, and DDC, he goes in onto the Darkseer, the Earthbinds are flying out. Do they have the overgrowth? It does come out, but it's too late, as Johnny does get the kill, and Earthbinds will miss on the Darkseer now. But Daemon, he's gonna lose his life as well, and well, that's 7 deaths on the Rubik with 1 assist on it. 11 deaths on the Slardar, man, this game.
Yes, we are going to be seeing, well, we have kind of, well, stopping the Wicked 6 streak for 996 gold with the, as Meepo kind of dived the fountain a little bit. They are still in this game, they are still trying, and let's face it, why not? As it's not every day you get to play against a team of this caliber, and I suppose every little bit of experience does help.
Oh, they're going to get more kills, the fountain dives, the feeds, the turnaround, so much gold going in the way of Goubin. Don't think it will matter in the long run, but it was actually pretty funny to see that Jiangxai doomed up Goubin, the Shadow Fiend. Slaughter sprinted in, trying to get a deny on him, but just as Slaughter tried to go for the deny right click, the living armor came out, so the deny wasn't there, and the doom damage over time just ticked the Shadow Fiend down anyway. Although Lance getting chased down by the demonic burst onto Slaughter, just slows him down, the arrow into Rubik, and now, oh, Darkseer comes in, doesn't go for the vacuum quite yet, and Slaughter, he's dropping low, but the mech comes out, and Mosun just gonna feed away his life, and Arrow, well, they've been feeding a lot at the moment, although now DDC is coming in, he has an ultimate orb, at already 2000 HP on the Meepo. Lance just leaps in, Starstorm, the right clicks will come out, the overgrowth was there, and Lance might lose his life, but DDC comes in just to clean up house. Darkseer will fall down, Goubin, the next to go, and well, Slaughter, at least he survives, but DDC, he can easily take Rax alone now.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a, I wouldn't quite so say a misplays coming out from Arrows right now. They're obviously not quite playing this game as seriously as maybe others, as this game is effectively, for all intents and purposes, won, so to say. But having said that, you know, as in it is nice for Goubin +4 to be able to get those kills, be able to get that, you know, being able to kill players with Arrows. Meepo just comes in and destroys everyone.
Wow, just 5 Meepos coming at you with the poofs, with the right clicks, and he even had a Eye of Skadi finish now in the end. It's just absolutely sick farm on the Meepo. 782 gold per minute by the end of the game. So I guess that's what we can expect from Arrow Gaming. They will advance to round 2. These are best of ones for 3 rounds. And well, the next game will be up against, we don't even know who the winner of it is yet, but it's gonna be either 59 or G7.
Yeah, because obviously we do have to remember that right now, those invite to players are slowly making their way, or inviting the better ones who made it through the open bracket. They are slowly making their way through this entire, I think it's 32 teams right now. We are going to be down to only 16 after this round, and well, Arrow is going to be joining that 16, and we're going to be seeing these matches going to get a little bit more competitive as the times go on.
Yeah, they definitely are. I mean, round 2 should already be pretty nice. Round 3 definitely the best thing to watch out for, because the invited teams actually will clash there to get their spots in the top 4 and start the double elimination bracket. But this will be it for this game. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Sorry that the Mineski game got cancelled, but hey, Arrow Gaming just as good, if not better to watch, especially if there's a Meepo involved. And well, if you liked us, be sure to follow us on Twitch, follow this channel, and follow Hefla TV too as well if you want. because we just cast on either channel, just depends on the day and the teams and whatnot. But of course, you can follow us on our social media and follow us personally at Coucher on Twitter for me, as well as at Benchy for my co-caster. So just a few songs in between as we try to figure out what or when the next game is actually gonna happen.